Hey guys, real quick, before we start the video, I just want to mention to you guys, if you guys are interested in a set of these wheels, boys, make sure you guys hit up 80s Performance. I'll put their link down in the description below, but you got to use the discount code GOOSE, GOOSSE, boys. Remember, use that discount code. Let's get to the video. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and Happy New Year, by the way, guys. Awesome year we had, 2021, 2022. Let's get it, boys. We got to start off this year right, because I've had a lot of questions about old Frankie over here, guys. Old Frankie, I know we got the vet in here nice and snug for now, boys, but old Frankie, we have so many questions about Frankie, about the wheels, boys. You guys want to know. I'm going to tell you what's going on with this car today. If you guys do not know, I've already made a video on a set of wheels, offset, sides, and everything else like that on the red Chevelle. I'll link that video down here in the description below if you guys are interested. That one was all stock. So if you guys are interested, that car was all stock. This one is not. That's why when I try to answer your guys' questions as best as possible, it's hard because the car is not stock, and I'll tell you why here in a little bit. Matter of fact, let's take a little drive. We'll get the car out of here, and we'll see you guys in a sec. Took a little ride with you guys. That was cool. Nothing crazy. But what you guys want to know, what size are these things, man? I mean, look, they are pretty massive, right? They are pretty big up front, boys. We get a lot of questions about those, not to mention the backs. But as a matter of fact, let's turn the car off a little bit. I was letting the car idle for a little bit just because it is turbo. Got to get that oil out of that turbo, let it cool a little bit. Shut this off for a sec. Now, there we go, a little better. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? It's not too loud, as a matter of fact, boys. Though I got Black Widow exhaust on there, neighbor haters, nothing crazy. We are running the Rocket Racing attack wheels, boys. You guys already know what they are. Now, here's the thing. Car is not stock, right? Car is not stock. Let's start with the rear end. Car is not stock. We're running 18 by 11s in the rear, right? 18 by 11s in the rear. But here's the thing you guys don't know is that I have a shortened rear end in the back of this thing, boys. I got a 9-inch rear end, and it's shortened 1.5 inches on both sides from the stock setup. So what does that mean? It means I can run a little bit more of a deeper wheel, so I can have a different offset than what you normally could if that rear end was not shortened. So what I'm running in the rear, 18 by 11s, right, with the Toyo R888 315 30 18. Now, it is a 5-inch offset, boy. I'm sorry, back spacing. So my back spacing is 5-inch back spacing. So what that means that basically the back spacing tells you the distance between that center hub to the back of the frame, you know, before that back of the wheel hits the frame, in a sense. So with that having that little extra 1.5 inches, I have the ability to give a bigger lip. So if you look at this lip here, boys, this lip here is pretty deep. It's a nice, good looking lip. Now, here's the kicker though. I probably could have went with like a 11.5, boys, and been fine, because right now I actually have a little bit of a spacer in there because I didn't like how it sat without it. Now, if I take the spacer out, I'll have the wheel sit even further in. So, because I have that much more room because we shortened the rear end. But the problem is, boys, is that not all wheel companies make those odd sizes, you know. I believe when I checked with Rocket Racing, they did not have an 11.5. I would have went with an 11.5 if I could. 12 might have been too big. It would have probably rubbed. So 11.5 probably would have been perfect. But like I said, guys, take that in consideration, is that I have a shortened rear end. Now, the car is technically square. If you look at the front, 18 by 11 as well, boys, 18 by 11 as well, but the offsets are different. Now, like I told you guys earlier before, I made a video with the same style wheels that we put on the red Chevelle. You guys are going to want to check that out. That's more of a stock setup. But here, we are actually running the same wheel that could be running on a back Chevelle, on a back setup for a stock Chevelle. Now, here's the thing though, I don't have any wheel tubs, boys. I don't have any wheel tubs, any inner fender wells that is gonna basically cause an issue or cause trouble for me. Now, I'm gonna probably get some made later on in the future, but I took them out for that. Not only that, I took them out so they wouldn't rub, and I took them out because I wanted full access to the turbo stuff, the headers, all that. I want to be able to get to that stuff. Now, it's really close, boys. Like at one point we were catching the inner fender right here, I should say the outer fender, and it is really tight. I think it'd be better if we didn't have a molding. You'd have a lot more clearance, but I also got this thing fully cambered as much as possible so we can get that wheel to sit further in as much as possible. Now, 18 by 11 up front, same exact tire, 315 30 18. Now the front, we have a 6.5 5 inch, 6.5 5 inch, big difference. So once again, boys, we are squared all the way around, but we obviously can't rotate the wheels around or anything like that. We put the fronts to the backs and vice versa because of that back spacing. Take that in consideration, boys. I know you guys always ask what kind of a wheel setup we're running, but like I said, take that with a grain of salt because we don't have any fender wells. We don't have stock rear end, stuff like that. So not to mention, I probably would have went a little bit of a different setup, a little bit more custom, if Rocket had those sizes available. Now, for the price, you can't beat it, boys. You can't beat it. I love my wheels. I love the look. We'll deal with it, you know what I mean? But it looks freaking good. It looks good. And believe it or not, the wide wheels in the front, guys, are great for turning. They're great for the track, stuff like that. Even when taking a corner, boys, I haven't obviously driven this car on the track yet, but for just taking corners throughout the streets, boys, they just handle so good. Now, like I said, this is not a drag car or anything like that. It's made more for autocross, road racing, and things like that. That's why we have the suspension set up. Not to mention, we have coilovers all the way around, boys. Viking double adjustable coilovers all the way around. So just to play with the stance a little bit. As a matter of fact, I got to tweak the stance in the back because I believe I have one side slightly higher than the other. So I got to mess with that a little bit. So take that in consideration, boys. This is the wheel setup I have. Hopefully these answers a lot of your guys' questions because I get a lot of them when it comes to the wheel setup. Well, let me know what you guys think, man. Hopefully this information helps you guys out, maybe put a little clarity. And one thing I will say, if you guys want to invest is in a wheel mock-up / kit. There's a lot of companies out there that make them. I would try to find one of those and link it down in the description below if you guys are interested. They're kind of pricey, but they do work. They do work. I know if I had a lot of trial and error myself, as a matter of fact, I got an extra set of the back wheels for this car because we were trying to put them up front and they didn't work. So if you guys are interested, let me know. I got those lying around, brand new. But guys, you guys already know, man, new year, you got to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit the bell for notifications. And you guys already know, stay wrenching.